I took a lady home to the Salton Sea. Look how pretty it is. It's really pretty out here. This is the Salton Sea. Wow. And then if you look over here, you can see the water. You can flippity see the water. As if you like live in San Diego on the waters or near the water. Or as if you live near a beautiful lake or something. It looks like you live around pretty water everywhere. See? You can see water everywhere. It's really pretty. But, and look, it's like you're at San Diego or something. Along the beach or something. It's really pretty. Or along, it's a really pretty place out here. And it's just the Salton Sea. I was pretty excited to take her out to Thermal because I was hoping to get maybe another lift ride from Thermal back in. So I thought, well, this will be kind of fun. I get to enjoy being out in the Thermal areas and then see if I could get something. So I picked up this ride. I picked her up from the dentist. And I was pretty excited too because not only did I get to drive to Thermal, I also got to drive by a car accident. And in this car accident, I told one of the drivers, if you don't stop, I'm going to let you get what you deserve. And I didn't tell him just once. I kept telling that driver, if you don't listen, you're going to get what you deserve and I'm going to allow it. If you don't listen, I'm going to let you walk right into what you deserve and just allow it. And I was really happy to drive by the car accident and say, you know what? There you go. That's what happens when you just won't listen. You know, but so I was in the line where the car accident was, and I knew the car accident. I was trying to go to the car accident. So I was thinking about the fun of going to Thermal. I was thinking about the joy of the car accident and letting people finally, gosh darn it, get what they deserve. And realize that God is trying to be gracious and generous. And God has the death of Jesus and the death of God, me, to try to give options to people who deserve options that they don't normally actually even deserve. And they won't even listen and get what they deserve in their like good answers. They'll just sit and ignore you and like smack up into a windshield. So I was like, you know, I'm going to drive by this car accident and really let it sink in that people just are their own problem. And as a God, you know, it should maybe just be allowed forever. That they get whatever they want to choose. And, you know, why force them to live if they don't want to or whatever. Or force good endings when they don't seem to want to care. But I had told that driver, damn it, listen, or I'm going to let you get what you deserve. And goodness gracious, there they ended up. But so I was in line and I was waiting to just, you know, get around the car accident. Well, there was this truck, this really big white truck. And I couldn't see if the truck was being told to go around the accident or something. I couldn't see anything. So I follow this truck. Well, this truck went left and I didn't know if some cop or somebody was telling him just go left and go around the accident and go left. So I followed him to go left because that's what the truck was doing. And I didn't know if they were being led that way or I couldn't see past the truck. I didn't know if the truck was being told to do that or not. So I just followed the truck. And this cop proceeds to just lay right into me when I don't know what I'm doing. I was following the car in front of me. I was busy thinking about Thermal and the car accident. I wasn't even thinking about nothing. Like every driver, I was following the leader, the truck in front of me, thinking that's the way we're supposed to be going. And so he makes a big federal case, and he tells me to turn around, make a U-turn. I was like, okay. So I make a U-turn, and the passenger, I had the Lyft passenger I picked up from the dentist. The passenger's like, look, there's a whole line that was following that truck and doing the same thing. And I was like, yeah, it's because I'm a God. It's always a federal case, and it's always an opening to abuse, and it's always fuck you to God, overloaded abuse because it's me. Everyone was doing the same thing because you think that's what we were supposed to do. We didn't know. when it's the main truck and the truck was the first truck driving, how do you know what you're supposed to do? You follow the main truck or the first car driving, and you think it's the way you're supposed to go. And but anyway, I got really irritated at that police officer. It was like, oh my gosh, another gross, I just have to abuse God because I exist sicko, or sick in the head gross thing. Because, you know, whether you would murder or abuse a dead God, I'm not going to hash that out. That's all just gross. So I sit there and get kind of festering and irritated inside of my brain. And some God shows up and says, he's already going to get shot soon. He gets shot and he dies really badly while a bunch of angels laugh and shit. He's been racking up the totals against God for a while. And I was like, oh. And the God's like, well, go to court, petition all the gods to go to court. If he was just picking on you because you're God and a dead God, make sure that's dealt with in court and the gods deal with him accordingly. But it'll just add to his death he already has coming to him. And I was like, if he's too criminal against God, doesn't he never die once? And the God was like, trust me, when he gets shot, he'll wish he had died every death ever known. But yeah, you're right. I don't know if he actually dies once and for all. He might be a very sad, disabled case that rots in very painful things forever, or for a very long time. And I was like, wow. Yeah, it sounds like gods have already dealt with his God hatred, fuck you to God problem. Okay.